Good morning, buenos dias, wasabal khayr. Welcome back for another lesson from English al Español al Arabi, where we take words and phrases and translate them from English to Spanish and then to Arabic. This morning, I am going through some dialogue and vocabulary related to a couple of videos that are lessons in modern standard Arabic that I found on this YouTube page, very useful YouTube page and website, Arabic Pod 101. Arabic Pod 101. One of the videos is called Baking a Cake, and the other is called Choosing a Cake in Saudi Arabia. Exciting stuff. So, cake in English is a delicious dessert, of course. Delicious dessert. And if we put some candles on it, it becomes a birthday cake. Woo! A birthday cake. Cake in English can also mean to accumulate in layers. For example, sometimes we say of a woman that uses a lot of makeup, she really cakes it on. She really has her makeup caked on her face. Caked. So, today we're going to talk about the delicious dessert. In Spanish, we have a couple of vocabulary questions here. And if the first phrase from the video, baking a cake, is a chef makes a cake. Now, when we translate this into Spanish, we have a couple of problems. We have one word that we use generally in Spanish to say cake, and that's the word that's most often used in translations for American television programs and movies, and that's el pastel, el pastel. However, this word can mean many different foods in many different countries, and cake here in Puerto Rico is el bizcocho, el bizcocho. But that word can have vulgar connotations to it in other countries. I know in Mexico it pretty much means pussy, and then in Colombia it can mean a beautiful woman, like we say un bonbon here in Puerto Rico. But another word that can either mean cake or pie, and I've seen it translated as both, is la tarta. La tarta, cake or pie, American pie. Fruit, pastry with a fruit filling, American pie. Bye-bye. So, to say the chef prepares a cake or makes a cake in Spanish, we run into another little bit of problem. Now the chef, we use the word chef, it's an introduced word, just like it is in English. It's really a French word for the boss of the kitchen, right? So the chef, we can say el chef or la chef here in Puerto Rican Spanish, but somebody who, any cook working anything in the kitchen is el cocinero or la cocinera. In the kitchen, la cocina, of course. So el cocinero or la cocinera. And then to make a cake, we would more likely say elaborate a cake or prepare a cake, not make a cake. Well, we would say that in colloquial, we would say hace el bizcocho. El bizcochero hace el bizcocho. Bizcochero would be a guy that makes cakes, and bizcochera, and this is Puerto Rican Spanish, a girl that makes cakes. So, but the whole art of cake making and pastries in Spanish is la repostería, and this can also mean a shop where these items are sold. So la repostería, and a person that makes cakes and pastries, is repostero or repostera. So to translate the chef, and in the Arabic it's feminine. And actually it's badly translated, wrongly translated on the video. It says the teacher makes a cake, but it's really the chef, the word that they use. Tahiyatu is a female chef in Arabic. So chef, the best way to say this in formal Spanish would be la repostera elabora el pastel. The chef makes a cake. La repostera elabora el pastel. The dessert maker elaborates the cake. And that's what sounds best in Spanish. So now we get to the part that actually, was kind of funny for me in the beginning, and I actually couldn't stop laughing when I first went through these videos, because the word for cake in modern standard Arabic, a cake, undefined, is caca. And of course, to Spanish-speaking ears that don't know how to identify this ayn letter, this sounds like caca, which means poop in Spanish. It does not mean shit, as many Americans think. Shit in Spanish is mierda. Caca is poop. But cake in modern standard Arabic is caca. A cake. So what we have here is the plural, which would be el cacaat. It's regular feminine sound plural. And there are I've seen two forms of the collective for cake. And one of them's without the ayin letter, and that's el caik, cake in general. I like cake, or el kak, with the ayin letter. And I don't really know the difference between the two of them, but we're going to be going through some dialogue that deals with caca and el caca. Thank you very much for viewing. I hope you learned something about caca. Have a great day. God bless you. Que Dios les bendiga. Alias Omacom.